Welcome to this video, in which we will show you how to access the web interface of a ROQSTAR managed Ethernet switch. You can use the web interface to do several things. You can change the settings of the device, apply a configuration file which contains all the settings, apply a software update, or see status information. First, connect the power supply. The connector pinout is printed on the device. Have a look at the documentation to see the values for voltage and power. Make sure to connect pin V1 to the positive supply pin. It is best to connect both V1 and V2. Choose one of ROQSTAR's Ethernet ports to connect to your computer. Watch our videos about cable types and push-pull connectors to learn more about M12 Ethernet cables. Now you need to find out ROQSTAR's IP address. Look at the config LED. Is it off? Then the device is in default configuration with factory settings. The IP address is 192.168.1.1 with subnet mask 255.255.255.0. This is the normal situation when installing new devices. If the LED is on, the device already has custom configuration settings. Consult your documentation. If you don't know the IP address, reset the device. Now you have to configure the IP settings on your computer. I'm showing this on Windows 11. First, open the network connections. Select the wired Ethernet connection that is connected to the ROQSTAR switch. Right-click and choose Properties. Double-click on Internet Protocol version 4. Then enter the IP address 192.168.1.2 and subnet mask 255.255.255.0. This IP address is for your computer, and the last part of it needs to be different from the one of your ROQSTAR device. Close both windows using the OK buttons. Now it's time to access the web interface of your ROQSTAR device. If your computer is connected only to the ROQSTAR switch, you can do that straight away. However, if you have more Ethernet devices connected, keep in mind that they need to have unique IP addresses in order to communicate with them. For example, if you have multiple ROQSTARs, all with the default factory settings, they will all have the same IP address. Then they cannot be accessed individually. Therefore, you need to disconnect them from each other first. Then you can access them one by one. Open a web browser application and navigate to ROQSTAR's IP address. The default login credentials are admin and password. Now you can explore the web interface. You can find everything in the menu on the left: the current status of the device, configuration settings to set up the networking features, and maintenance options. As the next step, you may want to change the IP address of the switch. We have another video to explain this in relation to VLANs. Or you can also apply a configuration file that contains all settings required to set up the ROQSTAR switch. This will also change the IP address to whatever is in the configuration file. To re-establish access, you might have to adjust your computer's IP address accordingly. Or you can add a second IP address to your computer, this one in the new IP subnet. Then enter the new IP of the ROQSTAR switch in the web browser and log in on the web interface. You can see that settings have been changed temporarily. Save them to make it permanent. You are asked to choose a name for this configuration. You can also see that the settings have been changed by looking at the config LED. Before it was blinking, now it is on permanently.